Live from San Antonio, Texas, this is In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
I appreciate the response from the video that we launched yesterday of you and me up on the roof. Pretty funny.
Good.
And this is the part of the show where I was planning on coming on here and saying, in case you missed it, yesterday we dropped a re-roof promo. Me and Rudy literally up on top of a roof. The beginning of the video was a quick picture of me with my ass crack hanging out.
Yes, it was.
And all we need you to do is go on there and like, share, and comment. And then on Friday, we're going to announce a winner. We're going to just draw one of the commenters and give that person a 200. Oh, God, there it is. We're going to draw a 200. We're going to draw a name Friday and give away to a Thunderdomer a $250 Amazon gift card. And I was going to start the show today by reminding people to do that in case you didn't see the picture that or the video that we dropped yesterday. So make sure you go on there and like and share and comment. I'm not sure if they can, though. Is Instagram back up? Facebook was down.
Yeah, Facebook was tripping this morning. Then Instagram is still weird right now.
Okay, well, somewhere.
Because they're combined, right?
Yeah,
Zuckerberg owns them both.
Mm-hmm. You think somewhere he's pissed? I bet he's pissed today.
What's
the deal, guys?
I don't think he gives a shit.
No, that's his baby, though.
He's busy building his underground bunker for the end of the world.
He's busy trying to build a good ship that'll go down to the bottom of the sea that won't explode or some shit that billionaires do.
Yeah, Facebook, it just like flat out logged me out. Mm-hmm. Just kicked me out. I was like, what the heck going on?
A whole bunch of people thought, who the fuck's trying to get into my shit today?
That's what everybody
Why
thought.
am I locked out?
I was trying to share the show.
Yeah.
And it was like, log in. I was like, what do you mean log in? I never logged out.
Yeah, I got the same thing. Let's see if mine works
my
right
Instagram
now.
is tripping.
Meta.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Meta.
So now that we've all been kicked out, does that mean that I got to relog back in? Because I don't think I know my password. It's been so long. That thing's been cached in my phone for years.
Yeah, no, it'll eventually log you back in.
Okay. Oh, look, I'm back. I just refreshed it, and I came up.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
I'm good.
It seems like I'm not couldn't refresh feed anymore on Instagram, so I think Instagram may be fixed as well, Mike.
I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but you think some of these apps on occasion crash their own shit just for the attention? Oh, it went down in the middle of the afternoon. It normally happens in the day. You don't think so?
Absolutely not.
Because it cost them so much money.
They lose a shit ton of ad revenue.
Yeah, but still, it's Zuckerberg.
What the fuck is the internet?
So any hooch,
Yeah,
mine's up.
I think Instagram is up.
Okay, good.
I
Now
think.
can start the show the way I
I'm
wanted
trying
to.
to see,
Go to Facebook or Instagram and like, share, and comment on the video that we shared on behalf of the official roofing company of this show, Re-Roof of Texas, the home of the instant roof quote. They are out on they got 3 jobs today.
Really?
Yeah, so they're starting to get a bunch of contacts, and a couple of them are ours. And we got some contacts on Friday. I went out and hung out with Nina at the Stubing Ranch Community Park and Pool area. And they got a bunch more contacts there and met some Thunderdomers. And shout out to Councilman Mark White, who came over to introduce himself and proclaimed himself as Thunderdome.
Really?
Yeah, and that of course, there's jokes with him these days.
What's the joke?
Because he's one of the city councilmen in recent months that has had a DUI.
Oh.
But, and I'm not saying this because he's Thunderdome. I didn't know he was till Friday, but I praised him a few weeks ago. We talked about this. He handled the DUI the way you should. Oh, I fucked up. I drank too much, and I'm stupid. I'm sorry. That's it. That's how you make things go away in this world. It's not, well, I might have been overserved. It's the bartender's fault, or maybe I was drugged, or no, what happened was, no, I drank too much. I fucked up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's how you make things go away when you make mistakes. Act like a person. Own up that
I agree
you
with
fucked
that.
up. And that's it. You don't pull a Greg Simmons and go hire 14 high-priced attorneys and have the blood content counted 45 times by 17 different scientists. You drank too much and you got in a car. You fucked up. Just say you're sorry. That's it. It goes away.
It's just we're so big on that. It's like,
nobody wants to be held accountable for their own actions.
I'm not. Yeah, I agree with that, Mike. But I also feel like that's right up there with like one of the worst things you can get right now. Because the first thing people are gonna say, you could have killed someone. So I get why people panic, and the cover-up's always worse than the crime. So I get why they do, because it's like, yo, you really got behind the wheel inebriated.
I understand their panic mode, but
right.
it shouldn't be.
No,
that's the point.
You're right.
It cost them okay, cool. Let's go to court now. How much money is that going to cost you?
Right.
And let's get all your personal business out there, because that's what's going to happen in court. I fucked up, drank too much. My bad. Sorry. And then deal with the consequences.
Did Greg really do that?
Greg is challenging the shit out of his DUI.
I hadn't been following it since he retired.
And I forget the old man that ran into 2 cars and tried to pick up the girl at the Bill Miller's drive-through, and he's all fucked up, and he's all hanging out in the yard, and the cop shows up. What are you doing? You hit 2 cars over there. That guy eventually wound up leaving city council. Mark won't. So shout out to Mark White. Not that I don't live in his district.
No.
I'm not a voter. I'm not a constituent. But the way he handled the DUI was on point. And shout out to Mark. He's Thunderdome. All right, so go to Facebook and or Instagram. Find our re-roof video that me and Rudy posted. You have to follow or like, depending on what app you decide to use, the re-roof account, and then make a comment, and then Friday we'll pull somebody. And and here's the cool part. If you live in San Antonio, I will personally deliver the $250 Amazon gift card to you. You tell me where, your house.
I'm just going to read all the comments and pick the best one.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like it.
Pretty much.
I like it. Good bit.
No, yeah, it's a great bit. So
shout out to Re-Roof.
Thank you for participating. And it is
first roof I've been on in a long time.
726-888-ROOF or reroofoftexas.com. I used to get up on my grandma's roof all the time. Smoke, drink.
Whatever.
Throw rocks at dogs. It was a good time waster to go up. I would go up there and read. It's just a great place to escape as a kid.
Sound like Ozark.
Is that what happened on Ozark? Did the kid get on the roof?
You never watched Ozark?
I did, but I don't recall him getting on the roof.
They always hung out on the top of their trailer park. Yeah. Their little trailer.
Yeah. The scumbag.
To get away from their, abusive
the
parents.
I didn't
redneck
say
family.
those words.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
The white trash scumbags.
I didn't say that.
Why?
I don't
say
know.
white
I don't
trash.
like saying
that. All right, man.
I'll leave that one to
Dak
you.
Prescott grew up at a trailer park.
Did he? Mm-hmm. For real?
He literally has. Do you see the massive mural that Dak got on his entire leg?
Like the whole, there's Kobe in there. There's
Everything.
A bunch,
I think it's his right leg. It is completely covered in ink from hip to toe. And one of the big pictures on his thigh is the trailer home, the mobile home
Nice.
that he lived in with his brothers and his mama.
Nice.
just to not forget where you came from. That's pretty cool.
because he's about to get $60 million a year. So,
well, he's going to get 59.5 next year if they don't figure out something to do quick.
Dak Prescott sucks.
Dak Prescott lost that woman to cancer, his mama, and so he has made cancer research a big part of his charitable endeavors in the offseason. And he and Troy Aikman have been working together for at least a couple of years, if not longer, together on a children's cancer institute in the Metro Sex in the Dallas area. And Dak's kind of one of the spokespeople, and so he showed up last night with Troy, basically to it was a massive fundraiser to say thank you to all these people that got to help contribute to the fund. And, of course, the media shows up, and they're all nice and cordial at the beginning, and it's let's talk about cancer and your mom and why you do this and are you good buddies with Troy and all this kind of thing. Then we got to the real reasons why the media covered the gala last night. And that is
that BS, though? What? I mean, we're not media members.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're there raising cancer for children.
Let's see.
We're there raising cancer for children. Now, I know the Fort Worth Star-Telegram and Dallas Morning News and NFL Network and, Jane Slater, because I'm pretty sure that's who was asking that question if I picked up on her voice right.
I don't know.
It's not out of bounds. Like, first of all, Dak's too nice. We're going to get to his response. But if I'm there for a gala to raise money for children's cancer, you can kiss my ass about a Cowboys question and culture. Like, how dare you?
He didn't say that, though.
Because he's
a
great guy. Dak is a great guy. I'm not saying that doesn't make him a great quarterback, but he's a great guy, and he's always respectful as possible to the media. But I think, I don't know, I think sometimes we go, especially with the Cowboys, we go a little too far. I don't think, if I was Dak, I wouldn't have answered it.
You mean the media that covers the Cowboys can go a little far?
Them Dallas types can.
Yeah. I don't think
you don't have a problem with it.
No, and I don't think it's nearly as Philadelphia. Try playing for the Eagles. They're all up in your shit like you're Taylor Swift.
At a children cancer fundraiser?
Yeah, I don't think it was classless.
What about the culture of your team? What?
He's not spoken since the Packers game, and we won't hear from him again most likely until training
OTAs,
camp.
Maybe
OTAs or minicamp, but still. This was the first time he's spoken since the Packers game, and so I think it's fair game. Now, it's fair for them to ask. He could have absolutely said, hey, I'm not here to talk about that, guys. Hit me up at camp. This ain't football stuff tonight.
People would have been mad at that, though.
Well, fuck him.
That would have been a story.
But see, he worries about that too much. I think Dak worries about his image way too much, and his image is going to wind up being hella nice guy choked in the big games. That's it. That's going to be the legacy. And there's not a damn thing he can do about it except go to the conference championship game next year, which I have no doubt he will be the Cowboys quarterback next year. Playing in his last year of his deal or not, I don't have any idea. We'll find out soon. So they asked him about, the
C word?
No, we'll get to the C word. They asked him about, we'll get to you're talking about the culture thing.
Yeah.
I know.
What did you think I was talking about?
Well, he was asked about his contract.
Oh, that one too.
Yeah. Well, let's start with the C word because we actually have a little bit of Dak last night. So somebody asked him, hey, there's been a lot said about the lack of culture, how you guys have cultural problems in your locker room. So this is Dak Prescott last night looking fly with a nice goatee, by the way. How about the big, nice, thick goatee? He just became a daddy, named his kid MJ. So he and I both have children named MJ.
What are you trying to say? Is it a boy or a girl?
Girl. I'm not anti-Dak. I'm anti-Dak as my quarterback. I'm sure he's a fine lad. I love
great
Dak.
dude.
I have been a massive Dak fan for years. I'm just done with him as the quarterback of the Cowboys.
Got you.
Anyway, so he's asked, what do you think about all this stuff? People have been saying that y'all's culture sucks. And this is his response last night.
Yeah, the culture's high, honestly, and the culture's great from my standpoint. And I say that in the sense is I actually don't know what all talk's been said, so I don't want to go into I don't know, good, bad, or whatever. I've heard some, but I can't. You guys know of anybody. I'm not the one listening, and I'm trying not to. So, but my point is, yeah, that's something I've always bragged on and took pride in. So if there's questions of that, concerns on that, I feel attacked. I'm sure some guys in the locker room do. But at the end of the day, It's a business, and the way that this business plays out, people don't get exactly what they wanted. There's always sourness, I guess you can say, somewhere. And so, yeah, I don't want to make anything bigger than what already comments have had.
When Jerry says all in, what does that mean to you as far as next year?
When he says all in on next year?
Yeah. Have you heard that?
Yeah, I've heard that one. Yeah, I'm excited to see it, honestly. I don't know.
That's good. That's good.
I can't say I've had talks with you.
You want to go
No
first?
one
Or you
knows
want me
what
to
all
go
in
first?
means.
Forget the all in part.
You want to talk about the culture?
No, I want to talk about the culture. And now that, and again, watching the video, it makes me more angry.
At him?
No, at the media.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's why the media player relations have never been worse. They're awful right now. Players don't trust the media at all. Like, I can hear kids running around in the background. Guy got on the
Kids
suit.
with cancer.
Yeah. Like, well, and then
He should have not answered then.
And to defend him even more, if there's a problem with the culture, I fully understand why Dak said what he said. Because if there's a problem with the culture, then that's a reflection on Dak. That's a reflection on Micah. That's a reflection on McCarthy. Because y'all are the three leaders of that team. So if I know I'm a leader of the team, I can't say we have a culture issue, because then that means I'm the problem. Even though he knows they do. He knows they do. But he can't say that, because then it's like, yo, I'm throwing myself under the bus. Mike has done a good enough job of doing that for all of us. I think Mike has thrown the whole team under the bus enough for one off season. But I think it was way out of bounds to be asking Cowboy questions in that setting.
Maybe so. Maybe so. And he should have answered. But he did. And so
He did, yeah. So let's talk about
you
it.
and I are leading with it today.
Yeah. So what do you think about his answer?
Oh, I think
You
what he
sent it
does
to me last night.
Yeah, I think he does what he always does when questions are hard, and that is he talks out of both sides of his mouth. In one instance, I'm busy being a dad. I'm in the off season. I just really haven't seen much of what's
sleeping
being
much.
said. I turned it off. I have no idea what's been said. And then in the same statement, it's, hey, our culture is awesome, and I feel attacked, and so do other guys. Wait a minute. I thought you haven't heard anything about the culture. But clearly guys are pissed off over it. Here's the problem that Dak endures.
What's that?
It's the same problem that Tony Romo endured. It is the same thing that Ryan Leaf endured.
Ryan
and Benny
Leaf.
Testaverde and every fucking quarterback that's played for the Joneses. It is a Jones culture. It's like living in a horrible neighborhood. There's nothing you can do. You live in a horrible neighborhood.
Right.
All you can do is do your best to make something of your life and get the hell out of that hood, or whether it's a hood or trailer park or whatever it might be. The Joneses are the reason why the culture sucks, and he can't say that. I mean,
gotcha.
he can, but why would he? There's nothing to be gained, and I don't blame him for that. So it's a cause and effect. The cause is y'all have a shitty culture. You have forever. The effect is you have to talk out of both sides of your mouth and get criticized for it when we all know why you're doing it. It's just stupid. The whole thing's dumb.
Do you really think deep down in the barrels of his gut he feels like this is Jerry's fault, when Jerry, is setting up his family for the next 3 generations?
Maybe not, but I also think that a lot of guys get up there and get poisoned by being a cowboy and the fame and the money, and they can't see the forest for the trees. I think you lose objectivity when you play for the Cowboys, because you are getting paid. You are super famous. Mm-hmm. Everything you do is gold. And when the evil media or fans on your Twitter account point out the obvious, because we can see the big picture. We don't know what goes on inside your building. No one knows more about what goes on in there than Dak.
Okay.
But we can see the bottom line every year, and we know there's no reason for you to be down 27-0 at home to the Green Bay Packers in a playoff game in a year that you won 12 games. That's cultural. There's no reason. I mean, I can give you every letter of the alphabet as an example of why their culture's shit. But what he can control is something that you touched on early when you came over here in the building. We started this show. What he does have control on, because even if you live in a bad neighborhood, you've got control of what you do. Mm-hmm. Their leadership is shit, and that ain't on Jerry. I'm sorry the culture sucks. That doesn't mean that the leadership in the room has to suck too, and I think that it does.
Yeah, because we've seen teams win despite ownership. I mean, when we just did that week ago, the Players Association report card, the only owner that got an F from its own players was the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm. Who won the title. So, you know what I mean? So you can win titles with bad ownership if the leadership in the room is like, hey, man, we're blocking all that out. Let's just do what we do. Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree with you on that.
It is a Cowboys organization. And I've said it ad nauseum. I need some new shtick. I've said this for years. They're like they have more leaks than the Iraqi Navy. They just
is the Iraqi Navy bad?
Yeah, they don't. Well, Iraq's in the desert, so they don't really have a Navy.
Oh,
you know, it's
I
unfortunate.
missed the joke.
No, it's okay.
Like it went over my head like a carry-on.
It doesn't matter. Ain't no oceans in Baghdad, so therefore it is expected that the Navy's probably not one of the powerhouse navies in the world.
Makes sense.
Become a member. Become a subscriber of our show. We love you hard. I don't want to take everybody for granted. Maybe we have some new dudes in here. Thank you for watching this thing every day, but Monday through Friday. We do a free show from 11 to 12. Mm-hmm. You are welcome to subscribe to it for free. And you are welcome to shoot us a tip on the Super Chat or buymeacoffee.com. Whatever it is you want to do to help this thing stay on the road. Now, at 12:30, we will launch into our exclusive members-only hour.
Member.
And that is a $6 a month commitment. That's it. That's it. The Lord has told me to tell you, you need $6 a month.
If you do that, we get a lot. We get a lot more if you took that route.
No, but I'm not Joel Osteen. I'm not greedy.
Shout out to Osteen. People give that man money by their own will. He ain't putting a gun to nobody's head. Y'all want to put him in a 20,000 square foot home? That's on y'all.
Yeah, you're right about that for sure. No question. I've used that analogy with Jerry before.
It's like the movie The Book of Eli. Why do you think he wanted the Bible so bad?
Sure.
Because he knew he could get people to follow.
20,000 square foot tax-free home because it's a clergy residence.
Well, and it's also, what is it, non-profit.
Yeah, don't forget
the church is non-profit.
And how big is that
Uncle
church?
Sam don't get none of this.
How big is Joel Osteen's church?
The one where he wouldn't let hurricane victims in?
No, the one that chick shot.
I don't know.
Thank God she didn't go into the major congregation.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's huge, though. It's
massive.
That's what they call a mega church, Mike.
I've driven past it. It's in downtown Houston.
Yeah.
Look at all that real estate that could be used for affordable homes.
Don't do that. Now you're being a typical liberal.
Tear down all the churches and dig up all the golf courses.
What are you doing?
Speaking of golfing, I love golf.
What are we talking about golf for?
Well, Friday I got Johnny Walker on. With me at the Ringer, and so I just wanted to. So unfortunately, Rudy's got to go out of town for other stuff, but we have a remote we're doing Friday night back at the Ringer.
At the Ringer.
At the Ringer.
What is it? The teachers? What are we doing?
So to celebrate the beginning of spring break, the teachers are going to go apeshit on that first Friday when they get out of school. I'm sure.
The teachers be partying, bro.
So we're going to do a special edition of In the Building at 7 o'clock this Friday at the Ringer Pub on Jones Maltzberger in Thousand Oaks. Presented in part by Still Austin Whiskey and Weathered Souls Brewing. Former Longhorns great Johnny Walker will co-host with me. That should be fun. Johnny's a guy who's from here, and he stayed home, even though he went out and ventured on his own when he got into the pros, and he got drafted by the NFL and Major League Baseball. A two-sport star at Texas, which is badassery, and he'll be out there with me on Friday. So we'll talk about this golf tournament that we're promoting that comes down in May at the TPC that all benefits charities on behalf of the NFL Alumni Association, in which Johnny is the president of the South Texas chapter. And so we'll have Johnny in there on Friday. Where will you be Friday night? Can you call in? Is that possible?
Where are they? 7 o'clock Central? Yeah, I could call.
Well,
I'll call.
Okay. Well, if we can make it work, maybe we'll talk to LG about it. See if we can do it. I don't want you to feel obligated.
I don't want
we'll be fine.
I don't want LG punching me, but I'm down.
Okay, we'll be fine if we can pull it off. That's right. Matt says that the that Lakewood Church in Houston, that's the old Compact Center where the Rockets used to play. That's right. That's how rich he is. He bought the Compact Center, turned it into a church.
Well, it's like an 18,000 seat church. Lord.
Yeah, it's massive, tons. It's a city in there.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. One more thing on Dak. He was asked about the contract last night, and he was saying that he's not worried about it at all. Fully anticipates it to be extended, but then of course, he says, that's in one breath, and I'm paraphrasing. I have no doubt that I'm going to be here a long time, But then ... Hey, I don't keep up with that. That's my agents.
Bull crap.
He's always said he does not
Bull
want.
crap.
That's bull crap. He's always said that he keeps all that away. They'll let him know if there's something that he wants. Otherwise, he always says, I don't want to know anything. Let me know if there's something. Otherwise, I need to concentrate on football, doing my job. I know that I'm rich. Y'all handle my shit. He just had a baby.
Baby MJ.
And so I think to an extent, yeah, he may have said that, but he also was not an idiot. He knows that the Cowboys are weighing on what to do with him this year. And he was saying he anticipates an extension. He absolutely said he would. He understands that if he extends and frees up some of that cap hit, that it helps them sign other guys, and he wants them to do that. So that's good.
I'm surprised you didn't take the low-hanging fruit of the MJ jokes that are there. Of course, you don't talk about his kid. I'm just saying.
What do you mean?
Like, the most chokingest quarterback in recent history.
Named his daughter MJ. I don't think her name's Michael Jordan.
I know.
I don't know what her name is. It might be like Marty Bell. I would
never, I would mess with the kids. Women and children are off limits, but
that is correct,
it's low-hanging fruit, though.
I understand. Not even I do that, sir. Give me some credit.
Okay.
Look, as I've stated from the outset, they're backed into a hole with a wooden stick. They're going to have to extend his deal, period.
Yeah, he's getting paid. He's going to be one of the highest paid. He's going to be top three. It is what it is.
And as I've also said ever since the Packers game, just because he's on your roster does not mean he has to be the starter. If he's going to be here 3 more years, you got to start fighting his replacement already. Challenge him.
Well,
they won't do it because they're scared because Jerry's all bark, no bite. Other organizations, I don't know, like the fucking Packers, they draft quarterbacks with the current guy still in his prime. And Dak's about to be out of his prime.
When you got
extend him and draft a quarterback for Pete's sake.
Even the cheap ass Waltons, is that right, LG Mike? The Waltons, they're the Walmart people, right?
Yes, they own the Broncos,
and they took an $85 million hit on Russell Wilson.
Damn right.
So I know Jerry could if it came to that, but they don't operate that way.
They're scared. They don't want to hurt feelings. The Cowboys get wrapped up in bullshit. Denver does not. Now, you can make a case that Denver never should have brought Russell in.
That was probably one of the worst trades ever. Right.
That's previous folks. Well, Sean Payton went in there and realized, Russell Wilson's old, and he's a dick. And I don't want to work with him. He's an asshole, and he's
but
selfish.
So is Sean.
That's not true.
What?
Give me another seat. We'll see how it plays out in Denver. I bet you they win. I bet you the Broncos go to the playoffs next year.
I just don't like the way he handled Russ. I'm not saying that Russ didn't deserve to be benched, but, I mean, that's the Super Bowl winning quarterback. You cursing out on national
Not for me. He didn't win no Super Bowl from Sean Payton or the city of Denver.
Russ is nice.
Russ is a fucking asshole.
Safe.
He's a disingenuous, fake Jesus Christian punk bitch. And I say that with utmost confidence. I'm not just going to throw that out about a guy.
Hold on, Mike. Why are you questioning the man's Christianity?
I don't believe it. I think it's bullshit. I think it's horseshit. And it's
you think it's for the cameras and for money and for BS?
Absolutely. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. I'm not saying this because that's what I see. I'm telling you this because that's what I've read for years about that guy.
And not only that, he
is a phony bastard.
When your team throws a birthday party for a member of the team and the team chooses not to invite you, then screw what you think. That speaks volumes in itself.
He's a sorry ass guy.
And when Marshawn Lynch told the story that, he was like, hey man, I need to call Russ. I want him to help me out with this, that, and the third. And they told him, well, you got to call his manager. And Beast Mode was like, what do you mean? Like, that's my quarterback. I can't have his number?
Right. Yeah, he thinks
so. There's a lot of stories.
Russ thinks he's the Emperor of India or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories.
Segue into the Texas cheerleader.
You just say it. You just have your delivery sometimes is harsh.
He's a bastard. Well, you brought up the $85 million. So let me make a couple of points.
Go ahead.
He's such a bastard that the Broncos are willing to eat $85.5 just to get his ass out of the room. But it also takes balls. And they're not going
big balls.
And they're not going to do that unless they feel like it's in the best interest of winning. Back to the Cowboys. The Cowboys only owe Dak $59, not $85. But they act like, we can't take that hit. Yes, they can. If Denver can eat 85, they can find a way to eat 59.
But get rid of Dak. What's the other option? Who you replacing him with? That's always my argument.
I'm not saying get rid of Dak. I'm saying start finding his replacement now. It may be Trey Lance. Sure. It may be, which, by the way, there are rumors on the street regarding Trey Lance today. And I'm not one of these. I don't like to share rumors from slappies that work for rando media outlets. But if Rich Eisen, who works for the NFL Network, is saying this, then he got this on some decent authority. They don't know what they're going to do in Minnesota with Kirk Cousins just yet. It looks like he's going to go ahead and go through free agency. Kirk Cousins may be in Washington again next year for all we know. Eisen was saying he believes, and again, Eisen's an NFL mouthpiece. You know, he doesn't just throw crap out. And Rich doesn't just put crap out.
Real sources, for sure.
Rich is legit. Rich was saying that he believes that if Cousins is done in Minnesota, then the Vikings have kicked the tires on offering Dallas a 3 in April in the draft for Trey Lance.
Then that was a good investment because they got him for a 4.
Correct.
It was a good investment.
Correct.
Made some money.
Correct. So we'll see how things go. I don't know who the next quarterback's going to be. I don't know that it's Trey Lance. I doubt it. I think if Trey Lance could play at all, he wouldn't be in purgatory right now.
I don't think Dak ever recovers from what happened in Green Bay. Like whenever the lights come on, the real lights come on, those demons will rear their ugly head. But my only problem with it is I don't know who you're going to get to replace him. Like he is winning 12 games a season. That's got to mean, trust me, as a Bears fan, I'll take 3 seasons in a row at 12 games as a stepping stone. I don't
believe you for a second.
What do you mean?
After the 3rd year of winning 12 and not doing shit in January, you'd be done. You'd be tired of it.
Maybe.
I need more than the tip after 3 years. I need the whole thing.
Look, man. When they can finally draft somebody that's like, okay, this guy looks like he could be the guy after Dak, then we can talk. But right now, it's just he's the best option.
Rudy, okay.
And again, I don't think he recovers from this.
I don't either.
I don't think he ever recovers.
Money, Drew. So,
I think this is as good as he's going to get.
They could have won the Super Bowl this year. Okay,
I'm listening.
But you still have to always be thinking about your next QB. This is the NFL, and he's in his 9th year, and he's had lots of injuries. At some point, he's going to deteriorate. The Cowboys always wait till their guy's completely done. I guess we should figure out what to do now.
Tyron Smith.
Yes, it's stupid. I cannot harp on this enough. You must be ruthless in running your team, like Sean Payton is in Denver. Like Bob Kraft was able to do for years because he had Tom. Like the Steelers are. Mm-hmm. People like that. The 49ers. Mm-hmm. They've had 5 quarterbacks in 9 years and have gone to 2 Super Bowls and been to the NFC Championship 6 times with 3 different quarterbacks. They're always thinking about the next guy. And if that offends the current guy, then he ain't the guy to begin with. That's just the way it should be in the end, especially that position.
Tom was offended at Garoppolo. Got him traded.
Sure.
But that's Tom. He can do that because he had hardware.
Tom's got his own rules.
But Tom was offended. Aaron was offended too when they drafted Jordan Love. He was like, we need all these positions and we drafted a quarterback in round 1.
Tough shit.
I'm just saying. But what I'm saying is I'm agreeing with you and furthering your point. If those two guys can get a quarterback drafted behind them, Dakota can too.
You bet.
So I'm just furthering your point.
Yeah, there's no murder face in that locker room. What I mean by that is they don't have enough dogs in that room. They act like dogs, but they're just like Jerry. They bark and they ain't got no goddamn bite. They bark, and the other dog turns around and faces them.
Yeah, like that's 2 dogs barking through the fence, open the fence, and nobody does anything.
All right, speaking of being Indian emperors, it's time to pay homage to our Indian boss, Mr. Singh and family. It is the official liquor store of In the Building.
It's Sing, motherfucker.
Texas Cheer Liquor. They got 7 locations in and around all of San Antonio. And do we have like a do we have a personnel problem? They posted a help wanted sign on my door. I feel like Dak Prescott. Did y'all draft somebody?
Yeah, you felt offended. Yeah, send your resumes because Mike's on his way out. Send your resumes to Texas Cheerlicker
What are y'all
at Gmail.
doing? Y'all flirting with something? No, but they are hiring. So I guess the company needs people. You need a side hustle or a full-time job too. Hit these boys up at Texas Cheerlicker, or otherwise just do your whiskey buying.
Yeah.
Or your wine buying, or your vodka buying, or your tequila buying, or your cigar buying, or your lottery. So we got cigarettes too.
We got cigarettes,
It
lottery.
is Texas Cheerlicker, the official liquor store of this show.
We sold
7
all
locales.
that Blackberry. That Blackberry Crown's gone.
We didn't sell none up in my store.
Y'all bougie over there. They don't drink no Crown over there.
So we took it off the shelf and gave it to y'all because we know the y'all's people will buy it.
Yeah. The people over there at Boulevarde ain't drinking no Crown.
I couldn't move no Blackberry.
None.
I
Dude, I sold 4 cases of that shit. And I just say, hey, mix it with lemonade. I just tell everybody, mix it with a little bit of lemonade.
All right, now let's move on to a broader NFL topic outside of y'all's team, Cowboy fan.
Y'all.
This never-ending tweaking of special teams rules.
Yeah.
Has gotten me to the point where I'm almost ready to.
What you want to do? You want to delete? You want to get rid of jobs, Mike?
Yeah.
You see, that's what's wrong with America. Just get robots for everything.
Well, I'm just ready to rule out a lot of special teams, but I know I'm probably in the minority. So, what is the latest regarding onside kicks and
Now,
such?
this is according to Tom Pelissero yesterday. Quote: "No surprises. The new kickoff rule crafted by NFL special teams coordinators would allow teams to attempt an onside kick only when trailing in the fourth quarter and requires them to declare it in advance."
You have to report that you're going to onside kick?
So you're the Saints, I'm the Cowboys. I got to go tell you, hey, Dennis Allen, I'm about to do an onside kick. Ain't that the dumbest shit ever?
How about no?
Yes, it's
you
the
know what I
dumbest
mean?
shit
I
ever.
thought he was supposed to be a little incognito. First of all, you can only do it in the fourth, and then you can only do it if you're behind.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to tell you that I'm about to do it. So, like, let's say I'm down. Let's say I'm down 10 in the fourth, Mike, and it's still 15 minutes to go.
Yeah.
13 because it starts at 15.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have to do one then, right? But I might go element of surprise and want to just, let's try something. But now I can't do that because I got to go and tell you, hey, McCarthy, I'm about to try an onside kick. Get your guys ready. Get your hands team out there.
What are the odds I'm going to recover the ball now? It's stupid. It's silly.
It's player safety. It's player safety.
Then let's not have it then.
Right. I mean, how many times do they convert an onside kick? What is it? Maybe 3%?
It's gone way down. And it's already hard enough, and now you're going to make it even harder.
Now I got to
then
tell
what's
you.
the point? That's silly. I am also tired of the touchbacks. They made it easier for touchbacks to limit returns, to limit injuries.
So why
and it
do
makes
it?
for boring football. Just put the ball to 25 and start the next drive. Why can't we do that? Like in college football. They don't have to kick off in overtime.
Now, this is what I'll say. If you did that, you'd have more money for your running backs and your receivers and your quarterbacks. You know what I mean? And your left tackle.
Dump the gunners and the punters and all that shit. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, but we need punters.
Time out. They've got the money. Let's be clear.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, why am I trying to get discounts for billionaires?
The Cowboys are worth $15 billion. They just kick the union's ass every time there's a negotiation.
Because they can't save their money and wait and
right.
hold out.
Correct.
Do you a salary cap guy? I don't think it should be a salary
Hate
cap.
it. I'm a capitalist.
Me too. I hate salary cap. I think it's the dumbest thing ever. If I want to spend a gazillion in this world that we live in, like, why do I have to be fair to Cincinnati?
It's insane.
Screw Cincinnati. Screw the Bears. If y'all want to be cheap billionaire owners, go ahead and just keep losing your ass. That's what you're doing anyway.
Sure. It's also
Like, it's
bullshit
not
that the
fair to
worst
the
team
Bears.
gets
Fuck
the first pick.
Bears. Yeah.
Stupid.
Oh, wait.
I don't like that either.
Enlighten me. What do you think it should be?
I think you should be able to just pick up guys off the street as you want, like any other company that
So
hires
no
people.
draft order. So Caleb Williams should be able to go to Cowboys if he wants to.
If he wants to, and they have the money. You bet your ass. Absolutely. The NFL and Major League Baseball and the NBA for that matter, and the soon-to-be professional college football league that I think we're going to have at some point.
It seems like we're on that
They
track.
need to run their leagues the way European soccer leagues run their leagues. There's a transfer. They don't have a draft. 2 or 3 times a year, there's a transfer window that lasts a week or so, and it's a free-for-all. Go get who you can get. Eat all you want. And guys can make free will decisions. You know, some kid that grows up in fucking, South Florida who's never even been north of Tallahassee and doesn't know shit about Seattle or Chicago. Now he gets drafted by the Bears, and I have no choice but to go to Chicago now and spend 10 years of my life and raise a family in a town I don't know shit about. That's not free will.
So you feel like Wemby should have had the opportunity to go play with Joker or go play with LeBron?
I do. Hang on, my kid's calling.
Wow.
I do. We're sissies. Hey, man, what are you doing? Sorry I missed your call.
What up, MJ?
Oh, I thought he said hello.
I did too.
I swear I heard voices. I must be going crazy.
I heard hello.
Hello.
Hey, yo, sorry I missed your call.
MJ?
What's going on? The boys say hello.
Hello. We're just walking to school.
All right, what do you got today?
Nothing special.
Okay, that's good. All right, well, hit me up when y'all get out. Have a great day. I love you very much.
Love you.
All right, I'm happy. You're 12 years old now, and this is your last year of being a kid. Not that you're a grown up next year, but teenage is different. This is the point in your life where you start kind of figuring out who you are and what you're going to do in this world. It's pretty cool. I can't wait to see it happen. I love you, man.
Love you.
All right, have a good day and hit me up when you get out. All right, later.
Did I hear a little Hawaiian accent there on that hello?
On occasion.
I think I heard a little bit.
On
Hello?
occasion.
What's a Hawaiian hello?
Hello.
Oh.
It was weird. I heard something there.
I think he was just being silly, but no, but here's what I get on occasion. Yeah. He'll end a statement with yeah. Are you asking me or telling me? Hey, Daddy, when are you gonna come back out to see us? Yeah. That doesn't. What are you talking about? That's a Hawaiian thing.
They live in Hawaii for 12 years.
And I got lectured on surfing terms y'all remember that? I
Yeah.
got lectured on surfing terms a couple of weeks ago. No, man, these leagues need to be. It should be like any other company.
Wemby in a Laker uniform,
That's free will.
or
That's
Wemby
what he
with the
wanted.
Knicks.
That's
If
free
he,
will.
he wanted to be with the Spurs, according to him.
There's nothing healthy about teams tanking till they can get the first pick in the draft. That's bullshit. That's crap.
But damn, Mike, then everybody go to 2-3 teams. Like I'm fine with no salary cap, but the draft,
The most famous pro leagues on earth are all soccer leagues.
fair.
They fight through it somehow over there. They don't give a shit. They think the draft is communist. They think rewarding mediocrity and being terrible is communist.
Yeah, and over there in the soccer leagues, if you get last, don't they kick you out the league for a year or
If
some
you're in
shit?
the bottom 4, you're out of the league. See, that was the problem. They don't. That not only is there no draft, if you don't try, you're out of our fucking league. Wouldn't that be great? It'd be awesome.
So you just want so the Pistons and Spurs.
Yeah, bye Pistons.
It'd be fucking great.
Be awesome. We're the Atlanta Elite G-Force are now in the NBA at least for the next 2 years.
That means the Missions could technically be in the MLB.
Absolutely. Hey, A's, fuck y'all for not trying to win.
Exactly,
You're
yes.
out of our league.
Gone.
Yes.
Well, at least for the next 2 years. You have to work your way back in.
It's like what Wrexham's doing.
Yeah,
over
you have to
there
work
right
your way
now.
back in. The way we run our leagues, it's not even close the way they run European soccer football. It's the way it should be done.
Yeah, we're Americans. We ain't doing all that.
Of course. All right, it is time for entertainment news.
About that time?
Yes, sir, about that time. Brought to you by the official auto glass repair company of this show. It is R&R Auto Glass. All right, let's get into some entertainment news. Speaking of MLB, you boys ever play MLB The Show?
I have not.
Yes. Many times. Great game.
For the first time in the history of the franchise.
LG's a gamer? What the fuck?
Yeah. LG is a man of all seasons. He's got he experiments on a lot of things. He's a renaissance man.
It's the first PlayStation-made game that that they were forced to release on Xbox because the MLB said we need more people playing this.
Yeah.
So PlayStation made it. It was exclusive to PlayStation for years, but it's now available on the Xbox.
So they were the Kurt Flood. MLB was the Kurt Flood of the gaming systems. Gotcha.
It's a great game.
Well, they're making history at MLB.
How?
I'm sure this will get a lot of backlash.
Uh-oh.
MLB The Show will have a story mode dedicated to female athletes. With the game announcing today A new feature called Road to the Show, Women Pave the Way. It allows users to create and play as a woman on a major league team. So if you're a girl and you like MLB The Show, you can make yourself the pitcher for the Giants tonight against the Yankees if you want to.
Look.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
Why?
I got 3 girls. Proud girl dad. What? Why?
They want girls to
You
like
can play
Major League
you
Baseball.
can play it with the guys that are actually on the game.
Do what NBA 2K did. They involved the WNBA. You can play the WNBA games on NBA 2K.
Well, there's
Well,
no
they
women
want
baseball.
women
league.
to be-
Include softball.
Well,
or
Yeah,
something
put
like
women's
that.
put women's pro softball on there.
Ain't
They
none of
need
y'all
some
gonna
run.
click on that. Ain't none of y'all playing women's softball
Well,
on
nobody
MLB
plays
The
the
Show.
WNBA game on NBA 2K,
Well,
but
then maybe they
but it's
should let-
inclusive. They included it.
Well, then maybe Caitlin Clark ought to be able to be a Laker on
Well,
that.
then
It's
put
a
her-
make-believe video
Look,
game.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I just feel like it's a little silly.
Well, if you're not mad, then why do you think it's silly? What does it matter? It's just
Because
a
they could
video
just
game.
include softball if they're going to
They
do
want
that.
little girls to watch Major League
don't.
Baseball. They don't want girls to feel like, I have to watch softball because I'm a girl. They don't want kids thinking that way. I think it's cool. And again, it's make-believe. And by the way, there are no rules that say women can't play on a Major League team. I think we've had a couple of pitchers on like a rookie level league before in the past, I want to say. A couple of independent minor league teams had like a pitcher who was a female. If you're good enough as a human to play on the elite level, you should be
fine
able
with
to
that
do
too.
so. Cool. I don't know. It's just, again, it's a video game.
It's make believe anyway.
None of our sorry asses could ever play for the Yankees. Yet I bet you have a little
I don't
LG
have
player
Rudy.
mode where
I
you're
don't
playing
have
center
Rudy.
field.
I've never made Rudy on a game.
Most people
I don't
put
do
themselves.
custom players.
And
I
good
play
for
the
you.
actual teams with the actual
That's
roster.
all I'm
Good for
saying.
LG.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't do create
You know,
a
I
player.
think it's more empowering to women to leave stuff as is. Like, don't lower the rim for the women. They don't want that. They want to
Yeah,
be treated equally.
Yeah, what's her name? Should have been shooting from the NBA 3-point line in the little
I
thing.
thought
at the,
they
at
want
the
to be
All-Star
treated
game.
equally. Right?
Many share your sentiments.
They want to be treated equally. Make them use the players that we all have to use.
Well, it's make-believe, sir. Little girls play Little League Baseball all the time. And then they get to a certain
Where's the-
level
yeah.
where they
Oh, what
get
was the little
shoved
girl
over.
that stole the show? Young African American
Won a
girl.
Little
with
League
the
World
pitcher.
Series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't think of her name. Years ago.
I
With the
know,
long
that's sad.
braids.
I suck.
Oh,
Punch me
no,
for forgetting
no,
her name.
Ain't like she's a household name.
I think
All
she
right.
ended up hooping.
A guy who used to be a household name in the 70s, the great John Amos. Y'all familiar with him?
Who?
John Amos. He played the dad
On Good
On
Times.
Good Times.
Yeah, of course.
He's been in several things over the years.
He was at McDowell's and Coming to America.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
He was a McDowell. You're right. He was her daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he is in the news today for tough reasons.
Oh, shit.
The daughter of John Amos is issuing a dueling claim against one of her other siblings, arguing over whether or not their dad needs round-the-clock care.
Okay.
He's 84. He was also in the Roots miniseries way
Yes, he
back in the
was.
day. So he is, and he's also saying his daughter's wrong too. He is denying her concerns. She believes that somebody needs to become his executor. They don't think he has mental capacity to take care of himself properly, not just at the house, but financially. And
The whole nine.
she's going to try and sue to get, I don't know, custody of her dad, so to speak. And he and another one of his siblings have been, one of his other kids have come out and said, nah, she just wants his money.
Oh.
She wants to be in charge of his money so she can spend his money on her shit. And she says that's crap. Her dad's going through a lot of hard times. He's 84 years old now.
He may need someone looking over him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, normally the kid that does most of the work, as far as when mom or dad gets old, yeah, they get most of the will.
So here's the
Maybe
other,
that is her agenda,
well,
but that doesn't mean he doesn't need the care.
one of his sons lives with him currently, and the daughter's saying my brother is not doing a good
He
enough
ain't doing
job.
nothing.
He's not doing right by my dad. So these allegations made by her name is Shannon Amos. She has for months accused her brother, KC Amos, of neglect and not providing proper care for her dad. She says he's taking advantage of dad. And the brother's saying, no,
Taking
she
liberty.
wants his money because she wants to take advantage of
so
her dad.
ugly.
Awful.
When people
So sad.
when elderly get old and they got a little bit of money, it gets ugly.
Yeah, it
It's about how who's getting the house.
It's awful.
Who's getting what? John Amos also was in Die Hard 2 when they were out there in the snow. He was the bad guy.
Okay.
Shout out to John Amos. Exactly.
And not every Hollywood star is on Ozempic. You boys familiar with this Ozempic craze?
They
Everybody's
tried to,
losing weight.
when I got diagnosed with diabetes type 2, they tried to get me on it, and I used it for like a couple weeks, and it gave, like, I know why people lose a shit ton of weight, because you literally are shitting all day.
It's a diabetes drug.
Yeah, it's a diabetes drug, but now that people found out that you can use, so it sucks for the type 2 people, because now that Oprah and all these celebrities found out you can lose weight with it, they can afford the $1,200 a week or a month for whatever it is to pay for that shit. And while the people that really need it, the price is too high because people are paying $1,200 for it. And you know Big Pharma don't give a shit.
Hell
They're
no.
going to cash in.
That's
so
right.
no, Ozempic and Mounjaro help you lose a shit ton of weight, and it keeps your blood sugar in line and your A1C.
Are fighters using this to make weight now?
Hell yeah.
Wouldn't shock me.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
shock me, LG. That's
How
a great
long does
point.
it take to work? Like, when do you see the weight loss?
Man, look, I'll put it to you like this. When did I really start dieting? In November of 22, I started taking it serious. Maybe by May or June, I had really lost a shit ton of weight. I probably could have cut that in half.
Damn.
It's that powerful.
Wow.
Because you're not hungry, and anything you put down, you're shitting it out.
Jesus.
More
You shitting
energy.
all day long?
Oh,
Now, I've always said the key to being healthy is to take as many shits a day as
no,
you can.
dude, that Ozempic works.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, man.
Is
it a healthy movement, or is it like the
See,
squirts?
that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like cigarettes, right? We didn't think anything was no big deal. Then we find out they could cause cancer. We won't know until 10 years from now if you were on Ozempic from 2023 to 2025, you may be entitled to. We don't know.
So it's like fight milk.
Right. Who knows, man?
Yeah.
But I just didn't want to be on insulin. I wanted my journey to be, because I busted my ass. So I cut the pills. I cut all of that shit out and just ate right and worked out. There are no secrets. There is no shortcuts. You just got to eat right and you got to move your body.
Well, Kate Winslet, she was in Titanic and several
She's using it?
No, she lost weight, and they asked her, "Oh, are you on Ozempic?" She's like, "Fuck no. I eat decently. I exercise, and
50
I take
Cent
a
too.
dump on a regular
50 Cent
basis."
lost like 60 pounds. And
So
people,
is it diarrhea you getting all day?
Yes, it's the
Nah,
worst one. I'm talking about splash ass.
No, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
It's not. That
50
can't
Cent
be
lost
healthy.
weight. They asked him. The first thing they asked him, was it Ozempic? Everybody's like, dude, just because I lose weight don't mean it's
I know.
Ozempic.
It's bullshit.
And people making a shit
It
ton
is.
of
I'm
money.
gonna tell you right now. I'm no doctor.
I'm listening.
You do not. Your body is not. It's not normal to have diarrhea all of the time. That is bad.
Maybe it
No
was a
bueno.
side, maybe it's not like that for everyone. That
I
was
think
a
it
side
might
effect
be.
for me.
No, I
and
think
I
it
didn't
is.
like it.
I think if you have type 2 diabetes, I think you should use Ozempic to
Get your numbers in order.
improve your
Right.
numbers and then get off it.
Right.
And if you're a normal person with no diabetes, good luck to you, because like you're right, people are gonna be sprouting third fingers and shit coming out of their chests or
It's
third hands rather.
expensive, dude.
Yeah.
It's like $1,200 a month.
Yeah, be careful. Research that shit. I know some people that are on it now.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna ask him about it. All right, it's time for the punch of the day, presented by the law office of Orlando Kell. But before we say that, I would say thank you to R&R for sponsoring my entertainment news today, the official auto glass repair company of our show. Mention us when you go in there to get your glass fixed, and they will give you a hookup. It is the discount from R&R Auto Glass, mentioned in the building. Rudy, LG, me, whatever. 210-340-2588 or rnrautoglass.com. They take all insurances right by the airport. Easy to find. Puro San Antonio people. That is R&R Auto Glass. It is now time for the Orlando Kell punch of the day. The phone number to R&R is 210-340-2588. I'm going to punch Miles Turner today.
Indiana Pacer?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not his fault.
What did he
but
do?
I told you Wemby got beaten up the other night. It was
It
Miles
was
Turner.
Miles Turner's fault, yeah.
The brick. I call him a brick shithouse.
Yeah.
He was doing his best to body Wemby to try to get him out of there because he's so much bigger physically than Wemby this way.
Right.
And he beat the shit out of Wemby, although Wemby had another historic night and the Spurs got a win. Well, now the Spurs have announced today that Wemby's questionable for the H-Town game tonight in Houston. And it's because Miles Turner beat the hell out of him the other night. He's got bruises all over. And they went up together, and when they came down, Miles' elbow caught Wemby. I think it was an elbow. Caught Wemby dead in the arm.
On the bicep?
Yeah. You
That shit
ever been
hurts.
frogged in the bicep?
That shit hurts.
Oh, and it lingers too.
Yeah, it hurts.
The bicep or the thigh to get nailed there.
Oh, the
with
Charlie
like
horse? Oh.
Like with a knee or an elbow or
Yeah,
an inadvertent fist. Oh, it's the worst.
That knot, yeah, it hurts.
So Wemby got that. So that'd be a cheap punch, but I'm back on board every night watching these people now. Wemby's kicking ass. Rudy's giving me shit for it because I'm excited, but effing Miles Turner
I'm
was
taking
playing too rough the other night. Hurt my boy.
I took a beating on Twitter.
Good.
Yeah, they
Who
killed-
you for being a negative Nancy?
Yeah, they
Twitter
got me.
world.
I'm going to punch the Spurs.
All of them? Like every
Whoever
single
made
member?
the decision to sit win, because this is exactly what they did last year.
Oh, to limit his minutes?
It's soon. No, it's a clear another.
He's questionable. They
Well,
haven't ruled
if
him
he
out.
sits out, it's another tank job. Like every time last season, they were like, "Oh, damn, that's 2 in a row. Oh, okay, we're looking good." Everybody sit down.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I'm like, nah, man, like he better play. Don't give me that crap. He's hurt. Like, oh, as soon as we get some rhythm and the team's starting to play well, no, let's stay in the top 5.
Yeah.
Everybody sit down.
I love how they lied this year. Oh, well, he rolled his ankle on the ball boy in Dallas.
6 weeks ago.
And so they decided we're going to limit his minutes. No, they realized, oh my God, we're horrible. Let's come up with an excuse to limit this kid because we are shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got anybody you want to punch, LG?
Nah, I'm good today.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
We'll
good.
take a break.
Good. Okay, good. You've been violent lately. I appreciate it. But yeah, you need a break every once in a while. Every
needs a
once
break.
in a while. And we'll end the free show on this note here.
Uh-oh.
The NFL and its ever-ending wisdom, always trying to tweak its game. I've assumed that for the last few years we were on the way to an 18th game. You cannot have an imbalanced schedule the way they have. It's stupid. Pro soccer leagues in Europe would never fucking have an odd number of games because you wind up playing less home games than road games, and then the next year it flips, and that's bullshit. It's not fair. The Cowboys played more road games this year than home. Tell me how that makes any sense, and it does not. So we're on the way to an 18th game, apparently.
London, Germany, Mexico City, Spain, Brazil.
Yeah.
It makes it easier to play a couple of games a season over there when you have an extra one. Mm-hmm. You have that extra.
see.
You have that extra game. The NFL has reached its ceiling in America. I mean, you're making $12 billion a year. That you got the red zone. You got the NFL ticket. You got every sponsor known to man. What can we do to get from 12 to 20? You get Brazil involved. You get Mexico City involved. You get Spain involved. London, Germany, etc. But the best way to do that is add a game and add a bye week. A lot more games are going to be played overseas if they go to 18. But then it also puts another bullet into player safety. That's another bullet into player safety. Y'all don't give a shit about these dudes. Now they have to add another bye week. So 2 bye weeks is cool. But now we're at 20 weeks for the season if you're playing 18 games.
Yep.
So now what? Would the Super Bowl be in March? Damn near, right?
I mean,
Because there was a time the Super Bowl was in January. Now we're all the way in February.
You used to have playoff games in December. Now
Right.
the Super Bowl's in fucking February. They don't
Yeah.
finish the regular season until mid-January.
Yeah,
they don't
man.
care about
this
that.
This is about
though.
overseas.
They don't care about
This is all overseas grab. And I get it. They're in the business of making money. You got to find ways to create more revenue, which until trickles down to the players. Because, the salary cap went up, I want to say $30 million this year. And that's because they made money. So you want your favorite players to get paid, the league has to make more money.
Jacksonville's going to be Mexico City Jaguars at some point.
Or London or whatever the hell. Something.
I'm not one of these weirdo Americans that fears the overseas teams being
Me
in our
neither.
leagues. It's just so far. I mean, I've already told you that's stupid to take a kid from Florida and make him have to move to Chicago because you drafted him. That's not free will. Now you're going to draft kids and say, hey, you got to move to Frankfurt, Germany?
Yeah, and that's what I
I'm
don't
from
get.
Crenshaw. I don't know shit about
Yeah, I mean,
Germany.
I guess you don't have to play in the NFL, but like, yo, I didn't sign up to play abroad.
If you're going to put a team permanently in a European city, you should. It's not fair. Now you're drafting college kids. Oh, by the way, you have to move to fucking Madrid or something.
And now if you're the Colts,
that's
the
not
Texans,
free will.
Yeah, the Colts, Texans, and the Titans have to go to London once a year, no matter what.
It's insane. Jim's in here, and the World Series is in the snow sometimes. It was cold. It was cold in Arizona last year.
Fall Classic.
Even in Arizona, it was fall. It was the Winter Classic. Robert Taylor, the Spurs started winning when you purchased the Bally's app.
I thought you were a jinx.
I let it run out.
Oh.
I don't have, I won't watch tonight, I don't think, unless I find bar or something.
No, if Wemby's not playing, you're not watching.
I told Nina I may cave and get the Bally's app again. Let me see what they announce on him. Let me see what they announce. All right. Well, nonetheless, there's today's freebie. That's all y'all get today for free. You got to be a member to get the next one.
Got to be a member.
So much thanks to my boy Orlando Kell, the official family lawyer of this show. This man handles divorce, decree changes. He specializes in helping guys. He understands that men are behind the eight ball often in matters of these kinds, especially when kids are involved. There is a man who cares, and he is Orlando Kell. Hit him up at 210-775-4995. It is the law office of Orlando Kell. Email him directly at orlandokell@gmail.com. What you got for the members only hour? You going to save it? You want to tease something?
I text you. I have to look back at our text.
Come up with something.
Yeah, I got to look back at our text when I text you
Explosive
today.
content. We guarantee that.
Oh, you got all of mine.
Yeah, I got him.
We got to go to yours.
All right, let's do it. I might just read tweets all day in quotes.
No.
I may go Jim Roman and read emails all day.
Or Jeff Sheen.
That's it. We done. See y'all 12:30. Get your ass on there and become a member if you want to see it.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.